How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. So the markets had a pretty solid day today. The S&P went up 0.3%, the Dow went up 0.7%, the NASDAQ 100 went down 0.1% as the Russell ended up breaking even. So today we're going to break down some charts, my thoughts on the markets, stocks I'm looking at right now. So sit back, relax, go down below, get your 2 stocks from Webull. All you have to do is use my link, deposit $100, and we each get 2 stocks valued up to $1,600. And you could also check out my Patreon if you want to keep up with all my real-time moves in the stock market, and all of those are linked right down below. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. And as you all can see here, SPY ended up hitting a brand new, fresh all-time high, a little bit above $427, and that ended up coming at 3:50 p.m. on the East Coast, so about 10 minutes before the close of the market here. And did we not call this out, guys? Did we not call this out? I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but we called it out, right? We called out the fact that if SPY was to break, or were to break 424, it was likely to fill the gap up to previous all-time highs and break that point to hit all-time highs, which again we just did today. And we also called out the inverse head and shoulder, the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. And I told you all, again, if 424 broke, there was likely to be a big pop from there for the completion of the right shoulder, and we got exactly that. So at this point, who knows how high SPY could go? I mean, I wish I knew. I wish I had an 8-ball, guys, or I wish I was a genie or something so I could tell you, oh, SPY's going to go here. But by the looks of it, it broke out, like I said, and usually, not always, but usually when we see a breakout, it might continue for a little bit longer, whether it goes to 430, 429, 432, I'm not sure, but ultimately, I feel like we could rally a little bit, and at that point, we'll probably see a bit of a pullback, whether it's down to retest 426 as support. Maybe we go back to about 423, 424, closer to the moving averages here on the 4-hour chart. This is what I'm thinking, but overall, as of now, we're breaking out, so we have to treat it accordingly and watch it to see if it continues this breakout. So SPY looking very good, and on the flip side, QQQ didn't do well, but it's kind of understandable considering we hit an all-time high on this yesterday. So we can't expect an all-time high every single day, guys, and QQQ was outperforming SPY the past couple of days, and you can see that all-time high was hit at 351.46. Let me double check. That was yesterday, right? Yeah, that was yesterday midday. And one good thing I guess you can say about QQQ is it did hold 349 all day today, which was support yesterday during the day and after hours and pre-market yesterday for that matter. And it was the high point from Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, that was Wednesday. So we held above 349, which is a good sign on QQQ. So I want to see if we ultimately break out of the moving averages next week, which if so, here on QQQ on the 5-day 5-minute, we might be able to push yet again back to those all-time highs. But if the descending triangle plays out, which is what's forming here in the past 2 days, and we dump under 349, don't be surprised if we sell off a bit. And quite honestly, I'd much rather see that happen and have QQQ go down to about 346, 345, close to that, 180 SMA here, or even the 50 SMA here on the 4-hour chart. So watch out for that when it comes to QQQ. And again, SPY crushed it today, hitting brand new all-time highs. And did the Dow hit all-time highs today? Let me double check that. Nope, guys, it didn't. I should have probably knew that. I mean, the Dow, last time it hit an all-time high, excuse me, guys, was in the middle towards the beginning of May. So yeah, it's even the Dow's looking pretty bullish. I mean, today we broke above the 50 SMA here. We're above both moving averages, so this could end up popping up to 35K again next week, some point in the next couple of weeks. And the Russell today ended up getting super close to all-time highs, but not quite yet. And quite honestly, I'm noticing an ascending triangle here on the Russell. You guys can see higher lows are being made, but we're struggling at about 2360. So if this plays out, we might be able to squeeze out of this 2360 all-time high, and from there we'll probably hit another all-time high, which would be the ascending triangle playing out. So watch out for these points on the main indices, indexes, whatever you want to call them, and I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know down below. Are you guys being more conservative right now? Me personally, I'm not gonna lie, I am being a bit more conservative now that we're at pretty much all-time highs across all the indexes. So I have a good amount of cash, about 40-ish% right now. And if we get a pullback, whether it's next week, a week after, couple weeks after, I'm looking to scale into certain stocks, and we'll start talking about those today. And of course, make sure to subscribe because I talk about stocks every single day here. And if you guys want a channel that covers technicals every day and talks about the markets, major events, breaking news, breakout stocks, this is the channel for you. So subscribe and hit that notification bell, and you might as well smash the like button while you're at it. And let's talk about some stocks now. Number one, we have Virgin Galactic, ticker symbol SPCE, which is completely mind-blowing what's going on today. This went up almost 40% at the close. And now after hours, now that I'm looking at it, it is up another almost $3 per, actually no, it's $2 per share. Unbelievable. After hours, look at this. The rally is continuing. In full disclosure, and I mentioned this before many times on the channel, I'm long Virgin Galactic. I've been long. You know, I got into this stock when it was $19. I think my average cost, I checked it earlier, is right around $18.80. And I bought this, believe it or not, and my OG viewers, you know this, I bought this before the last run-up. And that was the last run-up we went to 60. You know, I bought this at 18, 19, whatever, 20. You know, I averaged in a little bit there. My average is right around 1880. I was buying there, and I rode it up to 60. I had a 300% return. I rode it all the way back down. I was red as it went to $13, and now look where it's at. It's up to almost 60 again. So I'm pretty much up, I'm pretty much up like 250, 300% almost again. I don't know. I have to check my account. I can't do the math off the top of my head. So what's that? 18 plus 18 plus 18. So pretty much almost 3x again. And that's the crazy thing about these speculative stocks, guys. You never know what's going to happen. And I told you guys, look, this is a longer term hold for me. You know, I'm not looking to get out of this little quick 2-3x gain. You know, some of you guys might, but I'm not really. I think I'd start scaling out when it gets to 100, if it even gets there. And I don't even care if it goes to 0, goes to 100. I'm just in it for the ride because this is a speculative play for me. I don't have a significant amount of money in this by any stretch of the imagination. I'm kind of looking at it as, it's more of a gamble. Let's just put it that way. As mostly all speculative stocks are a gamble, hence why they're called speculative stocks, right? And we got great news today. I mean, this didn't go up for nothing. I'm sure shorts are covering, which is squeezing this thing up. We've talked about how this has a pretty high short interest, but we also got news that the Federal Aviation Administration granted approval for Virgin Galactic to fly paying customers into space, and this is the first approval ever granted by the FAA, and this follows a successful test flight by Virgin Galactic back in May. And like I've said many times with this company as well, they don't move on earnings, they don't move on revenue or EPS because they're not making money. In fact, they're losing money. What this company moves on is major regulations or regulatory events like this, right? What we got today. It also moves on news, just big news catalysts at the end of the day. That is what Virgin Galactic moves on, and this is just unbelievable. So I'm going to be watching this, and would I get into it right now as a trade? No, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I would not FOMO into this. I would consider it maybe if it came down $10, maybe $15, which is crazy at this point. And I couldn't tell you, quite honestly, because I want to see what happens next week. I want to see the price action next week. I want to see if it fizzles out a little bit, the dust settles. Do we have a drastic sell-off, which I feel like could end up happening? So we're going to see, and I'm going to cover it next week. But overall, shout out to all the Virgin Galactic shareholders out there, myself included. Today was one heck of a day. And we also had a great day for Occidental Petroleum, ticker symbol OXY. This one, believe it or not, we called it out on Patreon. You guys know on Patreon, we were covering this and watching it within this channel here. We held 28 as support, 29.30 as resistance. We were hovering in there for the majority of June. And today, we got a huge breakout. And we actually started this breakout just a couple trading days ago. This was on Tuesday, I believe. We broke 30, and now we filled the gap all the way to 32, broke 32. Now we hit $33 in the after hours, or that was right before pre-market, and now we're at a high point on the 4-hour chart here. So I believe this has upside. If I pull up this 3-year chart, I mean, gosh, this is crazy. This stock was $86 in 2018, and now that we broke 32, the next big gap to come up, or to fill rather, is close to about $37, $38 per share. That was the low point from the beginning of October. So we're going to have to watch that. That gives it about another 15% upside from here. But mind you, it is a little overbought. So we might see some consolidation, some choppiness in the low 30s, which would be understandable. But from there, look for the uptrend to continue. That is OXY. And Monster Energy, which admittedly, guys, I used to drink these every single day when I was in college, even in high school a little bit years ago. And they're not the best for you, I'm not going to lie, but their product is great. That's also true. I mean, that's why I was drinking them every day. I really like the product. And the stock is one that I kind of also like as well, although I don't own it right now, and I haven't owned it ever. I mean, I've traded it before, but I've never really owned it as a long-term investment. But at this point, it went up 2%. We closed under the moving averages despite breaking above them earlier in the day. So for me, looking at this as a trade, I would love to see it break the moving averages again, which we were above the moving averages earlier. You guys can see. Actually, no, that's wrong. This looks like a one-off candle. I'm not sure. Guys, you get these weird candles sometimes. I don't know, really. Maybe we got a massive buy order there. You know, it's just weird fluctuation. So I guess I wouldn't really count that. But overall, if we end up squeezing out on this 4-hour chart above the 50 and the 180 SMA, and let's say we take out $95, that is where I feel like this could be a breakout. We might see the next leg up towards $99 to $100 per share. And this might be an all-time high. I don't think Monster has ever been over $100 per share. Let me double check that. Yeah, this is an all-time high, $99 per share. So I'm going to put my alert I'll probably put it at $95. And again, I mean, I couldn't even tell you guys how many Monsters I drank in my life. I don't even want to know, quite honestly. But now I don't drink Monsters anymore. Sometimes on occasion when I go to the gas station, I'll grab one. But now I'm much more of a coffee guy, which, I mean, it's more of a natural source of caffeine. I guess you could say it's healthier. And yeah, I guess it's good that I retired the Monsters. But hey, if I'm at the gas station one time and I see one, hey, I might be tempted to grab it and I might drink it. I'll be honest. You guys have seen me drink some energy drinks on here before. But overall, Monster looking solid, but we just need to break out. J&J is another one I'm looking at here. Let me redraw the chart on this one. I feel like this one's getting ready for a breakout, and it's one of those slow-moving stocks. I mean, it's not a crazy tech stock, or it's not one of these high-flying penny stocks. Obviously, it's a blue-chip, boring company, but you can make money trading it, and of course, long-term as well with dividends and capital appreciation. But at this point, we've seen fluctuations here. We've seen it tank. We've seen it hold the uptrend and rally many times over the past couple of months. And at this point, we're at the uptrend spot, or, you know, the higher low spot again at about 164 ish dollars. And I'm thinking if J&J squeezes out of the 50 moving average, which it's slowly doing right now, and let me just draw the downtrend right here and show you all. If it breaks 165, so I'm going to put my alert right there, that would be a confirmation in my eyes that we're bouncing and we're confirming, well, we already bounced, but that would be a confirmation that we're confirming the breakout, and especially if we fill the gap up to 167 and broke 167. That is right by the 180 SMA here on the 4-hour chart. So we're going to watch it. That's why I have two alerts there, and if we break 167, that was, again, the 180 SMA resistance, but also a resistance from back in the end of April, also in the end of March, and in the middle of February for that matter. If we break these levels, I'm thinking J&J goes to test 170 again, maybe 172, 173, which is that all-time high. So J&J, I really like it. And full disclosure, guys, I own this long. I've owned this for years, and I don't plan on selling it in my long-term account. And I'll probably end up hopping in it as a swing trade once we break out of there. And again, all you guys on Patreon, you get my real-time buys, sells, and call-outs. That's linked right down below if you guys are interested. And the next stock is Home Depot, and this is one that did extraordinarily well throughout the whole crisis period. I mean, you guys can see here on the 3-year chart, Home Depot tanked to 140, and it rebounded all the way to 300 in the span of a couple months. So it doubled up there. Crazy move, and it's done even better since that point. It hit 340, and now we pulled down to about 313. And on the 3-year chart here, you're noticing how we are maintaining a higher low at about 300. We're seeing a green candlestick forming and popping right here, which is a good sign. And on the 4-hour chart, you're noticing the reversal as well, but we haven't broken out of the 180 SMA here. So I'm going to put my alert at $318 per share. If that is able to break, watch out above, guys. I think a big gap's coming from 318. I'd probably say to about $330. So watch out for that. And UNH, another healthcare-oriented company, this one went up 1.5% today. We broke the 50 SMA, and now we're slowly peaking above the 180 SMA. And I'm thinking if we take out 404, 405, that low point from May all throughout June, we're going to see a pop towards 415, maybe even $425 per share. So watch out for the reversal here. And JD, wow, Chinese company, and a lot of these Chinese companies have been beaten down. And Alibaba as well went up 4.7% today. And I'm thinking JD, we're seeing a reversal here. Golden Cross as well is coming. And we're also seeing an ascending triangle forming. I'm thinking if this breaks above 80, this is going to be a big mover, so I'm going to put an alert at $80, which we've been struggling at over the past couple of months, ever since the end of April. So watch out for that. And Alibaba, guys. Alibaba is finally breaking out, so shout out to all you Baba owners out there that have been holding this thing for a while. And that's it. I mean, we covered a bunch of stocks, my thoughts on the markets, kind of what I'm looking at right now. So if you all enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, drop a comment down below. I'd love to know your thoughts as always. And make sure to check out my Patreon. Again, if you guys want all my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, if you're a top-tier patron on there, you get a morning update video every single trading day. Check it out. It's down below. Or you guys can go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. And make sure to also get your 2 stocks from Webull. All you have to do is use my link, deposit $100, and we each get 2 stocks valued up to $1,600. And they're literally free. If you don't like Webull, you take out your 100 and you have 2 free stocks on that platform that you can trade with. So I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for tuning in again, as always. And oh, by the way, I have a video coming out tomorrow. Maybe a little controversial. It's going to be a good one, though. I already, filmed it, and you guys on Patreon saw it. I uploaded it earlier there. It's talking about diamond hands, why this could be a toxic concept. So be on the lookout for that. It's coming out tomorrow morning. I'll catch you all there. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you all there. Thanks again. I don't know how many times I'm going to say thanks, guys, but stay safe out there. Keep crushing the markets. Peace out.